Hello, everyone. If you watch our show, then you know every week at the end of the show, we do our predictions for next week's Pro League matches. Well, and if we get the predictions wrong, well, then we are lucky enough to have to spin the wheel and eat a very disgusting jelly bean. And unfortunately, this week, I am the only one that got my predictions wrong because, and I'll tell you one reason why. Because you guys are scary.
You try to YOLO rocket
and I am not afraid to predict out of what I mean, everybody knows kind of who's going to be who. But
exactly.
Kind of. But I go with, I want the upset to happen, so I predict it. And I'm not scared to eat the jelly beans.
You can want the upset, but don't do it to yourself to eat one of these jelly beans.
I don't.
That's okay to want when you're watching the stream, but don't bet on it.
That's not the problem. All right, so before we start the show, let's just do this. I got to spin this twice because I predicted twice. What did I predict? Optic over.
The one you got wrong
was stupid of me, I know.
You picked, Optic
and then
versus Renegades.
Okay.
Then you got.
No.
Yeah,
Optic didn't even play Renegades.
Yeah,
anyways, okay.
They won. Okay, Juicy Pear or Booger. So it's green.
Okay.
It's green with some dots in it.
Now,
that's not the right one.
You got the E6 and liquid
it's
one wrong
like
too.
a lighter, like a green with some dots in it. Yeah,
that one?
Okay, spin again.
Okay. Are we in the camera here?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's just go with this one.
It's rigged.
Strawberry or
it was too close. I didn't want to get twice.
That could be dead fish.
Okay. So we got a great show for you guys. So let's start the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to HCS Now. We are a show all about Halo esports. We talk everything about Halo esports. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it has something to do with Halo esports. So, I am your host, Computer, and as always, I'm joined with
Default.
Hypothetical.
And we have a good show for you guys today.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and eat one of them beans?
Just
one for now.
I'm going to eat one when you guys aren't expecting it, because I don't want you guys looking at me like weirdos. Okay, so this week in the Halo Pro League, there was an opportunity for these teams to make changes.
Yep.
So we
haven't seen any, really.
We haven't. Liquid made us. They swapped out Assault with
the next side.
Yeah, and so other than that, I was expecting a lot. I wanted to see like the whirlwind go down.
There was no roster mania, that's for sure.
I feel like the teams are starting to realize that team chemistry is more important than trying to get a quick fix for a team.
I mean, not only that, it's just I don't know. It's just I think
a lot of these teams are doing good though too.
They're doing okay, but they realize if we pick up someone, who's it going to be? There's not a lot of time to really pick someone and like play with, and hopefully you grow a team together. So I think they're like, we'll just stay where we're at and we'll wait until next time.
I say right now, teams are just now starting to gel, and teams like Liquid and Optic are really starting. I know Liquid hasn't won yet, but I feel like they are playing their best Halo that they've ever played, and they could win with the team that they have. They just have to clutch out some games. Yeah, because they're taking teams to game 5s and stuff like that. So it's definitely smarter not to jump the gun and like we're not winning, we got to fix this. One of you guys, Liquid did actually make a change, so I can't really use them as an example. but that change actually helped them quite a bit, if you ask me.
The Noxide's pretty good.
I seen a big change in that team. The last time they played, they actually did really well. They took some teams. They took some games off a couple teams, so I mean they're doing a lot better, and they're really close to their first win. I feel it. We'll have to see who they play next in the schedule, but I really do feel like they're close to their first Pro League
win,
with that team change. So they did benefit. They did take the risk of saying, okay, team chemistry isn't working on this team, so we need to make a small change. And we've talked about it before. One team change, one team member can turn a team around. And the biggest example of that is CLG.
Yeah.
Dropping Ogre 2 for Lethal.
Yeah.
And that team went from second, third, consistently to no one can beat them just from one team change. So, team change can help.
Or it's even like their tournament they had the other day. They replaced World 2 with Snipe Down.
Yeah.
You picked the worst one.
You did. I went for the green one first.
Is it dead fish?
Yeah. I can smell it, dude.
No.
Okay. I would say that one for last. Yeah. Why would you go for that?
All right. No team changes. Some good news about other teams is that team houses are starting to be more of a thing. Like between Suspector is actually going to the EG team house for a while, and he's they're gonna practice, and I feel like that's gonna help improve that team as well.
Yeah. Hope so. I'm surprised he just didn't move in there. I know he's still in high school. Transfer schools or something. Just move there. Don't I don't get it. It's same thing like Optic when they have Optic boot camp. It's like, oh, we're gonna show up to practice, but I feel like why don't you just be there all the time?
But do you think a team house is going to change him though?
I mean, it helps. I mean, it's better to be all together in one house, especially with a coach, than it is
with
to
Towie being there. Yeah, I think it's gonna.
Then
help
it would be like, oh, I'm over here. Over
there. Lunchbox and Roy live fairly close.
Yeah.
So when the tournament's going down, they're all there.
Yeah. So that makes it easier.
And I do feel like that's going to make a big difference in EG's gameplay.
Yeah.
They haven't spent a lot of time with Suspector since they picked him up. Like personally.
That's what I'm saying. Is like Elma said not too long ago, like they're not a powerhouse team anymore. Like, what should they do? Like, should they stick with him?
Yeah.
Try to see if they can improve, or should they do a team change like they did? I
say just ride it out, see if anything changes. Like I said, there's not enough time to be switching a player now, and then hopefully have enough time to gel later. So I say just whatever team you have, just stick it out, hope for the best, and then once you have that more time to switch a player, then go ahead.
I think their team's good right now, and I really do feel like this is a necessity that they need to do. They need to get this team in a house, and also what I would love to see. We'll talk about this other team house. It's kind of a team house. It's supposed to be a team house happening soon, which is Envy. They're going to be moving into the team house. I think they're together right now, but they said the team house wasn't ready or something. Okay. They're in condos or something like that. I want to see these teams put out some content. I want to see they're having fun together, right? They're in the house.
Towie does. He puts out content.
Towie. I'm talking about Envy. I know they're not content producing kind of people, but how awesome would it be to see them together, gaming, having fun? I want to see what's going on behind the scenes with Ola.
How awesome would it be to see a Pistola vlog?
Right? Dude, come on. I want to see the day in the life of Ola. Hey. How many strokes does he brush his hair a day? I mean,
I just remember watching his one stream. He was showing off his sword collection.
Hey, something I want to see.
I was impressed.
If he's that proud of it, let me see it.
Dude, I would love if Ola started putting out stuff like that. I'd be #1 fan.
Yeah.
Because he just intrigues me. I look at him and he's just interesting. He's mysterious, but yeah, dude, definitely put out if they got together with the Envy House. I would love to see the behind the scenes stuff of Envy. That what they could produce. Just film them having a good time. Whatever. Yeah. People love watching that stuff. It's like reality TV for Halo people. Mm-hmm. And I look at Maniac. I've watched him microwave food before. I don't know why I do it. I don't want to watch it. I just do because
you want to watch it.
I do, but I don't. I feel stupid for watching it. I'm like,
Maniac
why?
put a new video. You like, oh yeah.
Why am I watching this? Why? Yeah, but speaking of Maniac and Optic. Speaking of Optic, they are in California. And for some reason,
they're still in California?
Yeah, I think they are still stuck there. I don't know if they're still there.
I think
they came
back.
They
keep missing flights apparently, but they keep missing their vetoes for their games, and they're getting a lot of flack for it.
Yeah,
a lot of flack for missing their vetoes. And so we did a little searching around. We were like, what else would they be doing when they're supposed to be sitting down and getting ready for, their matches? They're supposed to be vetoing maps, which obviously, if you have an
That's a big
opportunity
thing.
to
I know that's a huge thing.
veto a map or a game type that you suck at, then you definitely need to be there to do that. So we did some looking around, and we were like, all right, there's got to be like a vlog or something of where they were at whenever the veto was going down, right? So we found this video when we did some searching. Go ahead and roll the
No idea what is going on. Hey, hi, my name is APG. I'm the newest member of Optic Gaming. I love Syndicate. I love Puckett. I love everyone.
Yeah.
Now,
When APG
I mean,
comes in,
hey,
the
I
funniest
gotta say, it looks like they were having a good time, but they
I
should have
don't know, I
been
would
vetoing
be there.
maps instead of like dancing and getting crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, we love these guys.
Yeah.
You know, no, we just pure love. If they want to do that, it's fine. I would be doing that too. But you know, a lot of people, and we've always been wondering, why has Maniac been in LA for so long, for like 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people go out there to LA for dreams and aspirations of becoming big and famous, right?
Yeah.
I
So
think he found his.
he might have found his next calling
I
if
think he
Halo
did.
doesn't pan out for him. Let's take a. Let's just show him what we're talking about. Yeah, see, this is just.
I love how Ace is just properly posed.
Can we see
like,
that again? I mean, I think this could be his next big break.
Is
You know,
that
he
what
needs
is
to get
next
off-
to his
he needs-
nipple? Is that light or is that like tape?
He needs to
Might
get
be a
off
light.
the YouTube grind and get back into what his real profession is right there. I feel like he'd definitely make a big line of work. So that being said, let's get back to the Pro League.
Yeah.
So Pro League happened. One thing I want to talk about that happened during the Pro League was they brought in a special guest caster. He was a European Halo player named Bald or Bade or I forgot his name. I don't really follow the EU. We're definitely gonna start following the EU
Yeah, we
more.
need to.
We're gonna try to bring that segment in soon enough for you guys. The thing was they brought him in. This was a bad idea because they brought him in during an Optic match, which is basically the only time our viewers actually shoot up for Pro League. So
I don't want to hate on him too much.
I don't
he
either.
He
I
don't
mean,
cast.
he was
He's
not a caster,
caster,
but
you know.
I mean, when I was watching it, I was like, this is the most boring. Like he made
He tried.
They tried, but like he brought Elamite down, and they brought each other down, and it was just really boring to watch, and it really affected the match.
It
was like
was-
you should. That was kind of. They
My
should.
main problem with it was every time he would always want to be like, who do you want to start off with? Well, let's start off with Penguin or Commonly. Like that was his two favorite players.
Yeah.
Okay, he almost worshipped them. It seemed like, but it's like they're always like, who do you want to go to? Oh, I don't know. Who do you want to go to? Okay,
know
let's
what
go to
I'm-
this player. He died. Okay, let's go to this player, and then he's dead. He's like, okay, we're
Yeah,
just not
they
having any luck
probably
any today.
shouldn't bring
Well,
in.
it's kinda hard to do that.
And then they would
special-
stick with the player for a long time.
They probably
Like,
shouldn't bring in special guests during like a big matchup.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it just wasn't a very good idea.
And it's not big matchup as in like, oh, everybody wants to see Optic and
Yeah,
Renegades.
everybody wants to see Optic.
It's just Optic fans come into play. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But the Halo community is.
But when I was looking at the chat, they were all like, "What? Who is this? This guy
Yeah.
sucks." I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, they probably
They
should
just
have
brought
left
him at
in
the wrong
Towie.
time.
Towie. Speaking of Towie,
oh,
what an awesome job! I love Towie's casting.
So
I
do
wish
I.
he
He
would
does
I,
a
quit.
really
I,
good
did,
job.
I enjoyed it.
Dude, I wish he would. Well, I don't want him to. I don't know.
Don't say
I
quit.
want him to cast more.
let's just say if he ever
Because
decides
I
to
learned-
quit coaching, he
I
should
mean,
be a
it
captain.
was
learned
almost like
some-
the games are rigged because he predicted almost everything right.
Yeah, he's
He's
very
just good.
Like
Yeah.
he was almost a couple scores off to
Did
every
he
game
predict anything with Envy and EG?
right.
They didn't ask him, did they?
I
Not
think he
sure.
did
They don't-
one.
They probably didn't want to be biased.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Towie is such a good caster, and and I love him because he doesn't get overhyped unless EG's playing.
Yeah. Everything
And
they
you
did.
learn so much from his casting. He's so smart. He just knows every play that they're gonna make before they make it, and if they made a bad play, he calls them out before it even goes bad, right?
Yeah.
So he's such a good caster. But he's very EG biased. So
Well,
I
you
mean,
can't blame
so
him.
you
It's
can't
his
blame him.
team.
And
Can't blame him.
you know, I feel like
But he tries not to be.
he
He
yeah.
tries not to
I
be.
think he tried a lot to, but he couldn't fight it
You
back.
can't. You know, if you're a coach of a team, you can't be like, oh, they did bad.
Well, after his time casting, he was in a sea of regrets. And I think we have a little short video of. We're going to show you why. Here, let's roll this little clip.
Going for the challenge here on Snipe Down
Of
and gets
Towie.
the triple
That's a
kill.
triple
Perfect out of Mikwin.
kill.
Unbelievable shots. The BR clearly doing more damage than the pistol.
And I'm not gonna let you give him too much credit. That was Snipe Down getting outplayed in that situation. That was a reverse on top of everything.
I've ever done.
This
before.
kid is so salty. I can't even believe it right now. All series long. Brain, first of all, congratulations. Phenomenal series.
So, Towie, he had a little bit of a problem there. He
Yeah,
had to
he
watch
did.
his team
Get 3-0'd.
get well,
I don't know why that applause came out of nowhere.
that was my fault.
But yeah, it was, like, don't get me wrong, like, watching it, it makes you, the whole entire chat would put salty emojis. The whole entire chat.
Yeah, he's pretty salty about
Yeah,
that.
he was.
I mean, if you
There
watch
it is,
your
look,
team,
right there, boosh.
If you watch your team get that bad beat, like, I mean,
It's not that his team got beat. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, but it's also Elamite just throwing it on there. He's just pushing that thing
Towie
so
looked like he
hard.
was ready to swing.
yeah,
Yes,
a couple of times
every
he
so
did.
often
He
looked at him. He
he
was
got his
like,
neck ready. He was
"Oh."
like, all right, it's time to go.
He just looked at him like, just stop it. Like, you're, come on.
Towie looked like he was straight ready to, and
Yeah.
Towie
He
looks
did.
like he could throw down.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah, but I think also the reason why he made them facial expressions, because he did say, he's like, I almost wonder if it was a bad choice for me to be here.
I mean, EG, his teammates said they didn't want him going there, but he left them with the coach he said he felt comfortable with, and
It's just
I
not.
think
the
he's
same.
regretting it now.
Yeah, he
I-
said it.
I think what really hit him hard is that it was game 5, and every game was like could have been decided by a
Just
small
a couple
factor.
plays, yeah.
Which
Game 5.
no, it wasn't game 5.
They went,
Is-
yeah.
Yeah, well, they got 3-0'd, right?
3-0'd,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm thinking of something else.
He's
But
talking about
anyways,
matches,
I was
though.
right about each game was really decided by a very small factor, and I feel like he regretted this decision to cast the decision to cast because he could have made that
I mean, he could have been there to keep
Play
it
half-
together.
I mean, they were still on top
Power
of that
weapons.
power
save
up.
the game.
You know, they were still on top
Yeah,
of
but-
power up times like that. It's just, I think he wished he would have been there for, like, you know, just little reasons. You know,
Maybe
like,
they-
nothing they did really affected them a lot, you know, but, like, because they were still up on, like, power ups and power weapons. It's just, I think he needs to be there to when things get
Hectic.
hectic, he can calm them down, like, hey, or, you know, just little things. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he definitely could have made the difference in the game.
where'd you
and
go for a little bit?
I was listening to you. Now I was thinking about eating this nasty jelly bean that I'm about
Oh,
to eat
okay,
because
yeah.
I predicted the last week wrong.
Might as well do it now.
Yeah,
Maybe
might
bring it
as
up.
Oh, I dropped it.
Did you,
Don't worry.
did you catch it
Don't
with your
worry, we got
legs?
more.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it.
That was probably a good one.
Yeah.
That's a bad one.
It's booger.
No, it's like jalapeno or something weird.
No, it's not. It's
Long
booger.
clipping. It's lime or long clippings.
No, that's the other one. It's booger.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
Jalapenos.
Pro League was fun last week. Can't wait for next week as usual. A couple series I want to go over. This is CLG E6 series.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone before the series started was predicting kind of that E6 might be one of the only teams that can stand up to CLG. Unfortunately,
They were wrong.
didn't happen that way. But the first game is Fathom CTF. EG was really being dominant that game.
You mean E6?
Or
E6,
E6.
yes.
EG. I'm just messing up all day today.
That's
All
some
right?
jelly beans you're eating. man.
Yeah, that was what it is. E6 was being very dominant.
Yeah.
They had the first flag cap. They were controlling the map. They were just being very. CLG was the
Being more
first time that I actually have seen CLG start to panic because they were E6 was winning and the game was kind of winding down.
Yeah.
And you could tell the CLG was starting to panic because they were throwing out sloppy flag runs and just trying to make something stick.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I've ever seen that out of CLG because they did not want to lose.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the first times that they've been put in that position in a long time. And it just so happens
Well,
that the first game that CLG might possibly lose, old Royal 2 just lags out. Well, that's okay. And when he lagged out, E6, each player had 16 kills, which I thought was weird because I've never really seen that before. 16.
E6 for a reason.
But
Yeah, E6, 16 kills.
yeah.
Matty confirmed.
Don't get me wrong, it probably sucks that happened, but it wasn't like they was that far ahead. Don't get me wrong, it probably messes up the momentum, but it wasn't like they had like a 2-0 lead or anything.
Yeah, but they had a lot of momentum that
Yeah,
game.
momentum
That's the
is
problem with
there,
E6. They are a momentum-based team.
But once you have that, especially coming out on your game one, capturing a flag
But
that
they
fast.
are a momentum-based team. That's what their
A
problem
lot of
is.
teams are.
But that's a terrible
I mean,
thing.
they probably would have lost, probably, but we'll never know what happened.
You can't say, yeah. And anyways, they replayed it, and CLG came out swinging. So it leaves you to question like whether they would have won or whether they
That's
wouldn't
what I'm
have
saying.
won.
They're a momentum-based team.
CLG
that happened, and it killed the momentum. and
the
blew it.
second time they played it, CLG controlled top mid. They got counter caps off sloppy flag runs that E6 was trying to run through. So just unfortunate. It could have really changed that game up because this was a big game matchup everybody was waiting for, and I don't know,
League
it's
even
just-
said that was a team that they.
Yeah, it just is a consequence of having an online pro league with server issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Regret Slayer, CLG dominated. Snakebite. Yeah. Did you see the clip where Snakebite was killed by a ghost? That was pretty funny. I don't know if you saw that. Basically, I don't know. The game glitched and he was fighting an invisible player and then he died. But I think it wasn't. That's not what he saw, but that's what we saw.
That's what we saw. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just kind of weird. Yeah, they CLG Regret Slayer. They controlled top mid. They spawn trapped them in the bases over and over again. They didn't have E6. Never had a chance. Rig Stronghold. CLG triple capped them right off the bat. E6 actually brought it back within 10 points at one time, and then CLG pulled away, and then E6 kind of held back, capped it with like 96 points to go for CLG to win, and they tried to come back, but it was just a little too late. And then so the game was over, and 3-0 CLG. Still, the only game they've lost is to Optic, which I find very ironic.
Right.
Very ironic. Also, I want to highlight the series between Optic and Allegiance
Yeah.
because Optic won that series. That was a pretty good series. It went to game 5. Big plays out of people. Flag on Fathom. APG. The day 1. Was it day 2 or day 1? One of the days APG did not come out very hot. Who did they play? I can't remember. But when they played ALG, he came out really. And I feel like APG coming out hot is an important part of Optic in playing well. He has to show up.
Yeah.
Every time he shows up, they win.
I mean, they came out hot before too and lost.
He showed up on when they played Liquid and they won. He showed up when they played Allegiance and they won.
But
you can't
compare them teams though, because
Allegiance is a good team.
Allegiance is a struggling team.
Liquid was a struggling team,
and Liquid is as well. If they would have done something like this to a higher team, then I feel like but because they've came out hot against higher teams, you know, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just die down. So who knows?
And I think Allegiance was having some communication problems. Ryan Newman said in the past that he doesn't feel that they mesh well as a team, Allegiance, because Optic actually capped the flag with just 2 members one of the times. And they controlled the camo. Ace with the big railgun kills for the 3rd flag cap, which was he killed a guy on their porch, stayed alive in their base. It was awesome to watch. Plaza Slayer, that was a choke. If I've ever seen a choke, right?
That's that's
Once
just
they
what
lost
it
the
is.
ownership, it was pretty much game over.
Wasn't there a game we played and it was like 49-33 we were losing and we came back and won?
Yeah.
We
You
did.
remember that?
Yeah, it was on,
That's probably literally the
Regret.
most epic game that's ever been played of Halo.
Yeah,
We have
it
the
was on
clip.
Regret.
We have the video.
We have
I
video
will
of
have
it.
to
Put it
upload that
up.
to our Twitter one day.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Check out our Twitter, guys. HCS now.
Yeah, let's plug that in.
Plug
real
that
quick.
in. So Optic, after that, Plaza holds, Optic wins. Callie, CTF, Straight Sick. He loves controlling the pyramid. That's
Yeah.
what I've noticed, and that's what he said. He feels like the pyramid is a huge power position. He loves being up there. If you look at him, he's going to be on pyramid. He's going to be waiting for snipe, and he's a good sniper. He needs to get the snipe more often. So is Maniac, but Straight. And then Callie Slayer, Straight Six, controlled the sniper a lot of times in that game, and it forced the Legions to not be able to push up, and they also won that game. So good games from the Pro League.
Yeah. Well, what am I covering? I'm covering Optic
Cover
and Renegades. And to me, there's not much to really point out, like all that stuff you had. It's just Renegades is obviously a way more powerful team. I noticed a lot, like they always do, they're really in your face. They're constantly just running out there. But they got teams, like basically Optic is a team where they panic. And like during that series, you see them a lot of times, like they would cap bottom mid, right, on Plaza. And then Renegades will instantly jump in there. One time, Commonly was the only person taking bottom mid, and Optic's plan was, okay, we got bottom mid, let's go get Nest. Commonly is literally looking there, crouched, taking bottom mid, and all 3 players just run upstairs and try to get Nest. Like, they don't have map awareness, it seems like, almost. Like,
I
he
just think when
literally
they're
capped
losing,
that
they
by
get a little
himself.
frantic when they're
But
losing, maybe.
They just fall apart.
What I noticed is they don't have a strong grasp on controlling spawn blocking. They will let players spawn in places where they shouldn't, and they don't realize it until it's too late.
Yeah.
So that also plays a big role into their gameplay. And you definitely want to capture bottom mid and get the hell off the ground. So, I mean, I can understand why they wanted to get high grounds after capturing bottom mid.
But they should also realize that it's being taken. Like, all 3, I mean, one person should at least been like, oh, it's being took. Let's look down there. Oh, it's one player. Let's just take this back real quick.
That brings me to another thing. Where the hell is Flamesword? Is he even their coach, or does he just whatever?
I don't know.
Because they're all up in
remember
California. I guess there's no way for him to coach them right now. But
True.
It seems like ever since he decided he was taking the coaching role, he just kind of
He's
gave
been
up.
traveling. I don't
It's
think
like,
he's even
yeah,
been.
I'm a coach. Just keep me on Optic. I'm the coach.
Yeah.
But I'm not actually going to coach.
Yeah.
So you just
Speaking of coach, like when the EG and Envy series, I wonder if that made, like I said, we talked about how Tally wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, Envy has a coach. And one
of the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's there.
Very good.
So I wonder if, because game 1 was
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
much
that
Envy
could-
showing they had map awareness.
Yeah.
They knew when to push. They stuck together, and even though EG outslayed them.
This was a good matchup, by the way.
Yeah. EG
I
had
was-
way more slays than they did, but they still ended up winning.
I felt like the EG put up one hell of a fight, more than the 3-0 shows.
Game 2 and Game 3, they put more of a fight.
That last stronghold game at the end when EG was trying to cap the last stronghold up on top cat,
Mhm.
and Miquin, I think, jumped in there just to stop it for
Yeah.
like 2 seconds, and they win. Clutch.
Yeah.
Because that really could have like changed the entire game if they
Yeah.
would have
Well,
capped that.
That's the same thing with game 2. They kept him at bay and all, but like McWin was literally like camped, crouched in like in the corner somewhere on the right.
Yeah.
He just sat there. No one seen him. He waited for his team to team shoot, and then he got overshielded towards the last of the game, which is like the last one, and ended up getting 6 kills to 1. They just
Yeah, and poor Towie sitting there like
witnessing it all.
Just regretting.
It's like his worst nightmare. He's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
He probably.
See, I
wished
didn't know
he-
EG had a coach. I thought they was coachless.
Oh no! What do
No,
you
he
mean?
said
No,
he
like
lives
during
with them.
I'm
No.
talking about during the series.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
he
no.
said he set him up somebody. I forgot who it was, but they had a coach.
Did
I
they
know-
have a coach?
they had a
Okay.
coach.
Okay, I didn't realize they
See,
did have.
I
a
was
coach.
wondering like, Envy won, but
Well,
they,
it's good to
they
know that
didn't
they
have
actually
a coach.
did have a coach.
Yeah,
Because he
but
said
since
he
they
left
had
in
a
good
coach,
hands.
no doubt in my mind.
I wonder who it
Envy
was.
second
Now. I
CT.
should have looked into that.
He said it during the day one before they started. They
Yeah.
left him with the
Yeah.
someone in good hands. Forgot who it was though. Exactly.
Okay, so let's look at the the scores from day 1 and day 2 from the Pro League. There's day 1, EG Legions. That was pretty expected.
Yeah, Envy
Uh,
Liquid was pretty
Now,
expected.
Liquid, this is what I'm talking about. Liquid took a game off Envious, and Envious is one of the top teams right now. So I'm saying Liquid is stepping it up. And Renegades, Optic. I expected Optic to put a little bit better fight,
I
but
didn't.
like I said, APG did not really show up. Ace is always impressing me lately.
Not always. He has his
dude,
bad
Ace,
games.
I feel like Ace has some of the best movement in the game. A lot of people underestimate his movement. I really feel did you see some of those moves he's pulling? I think it was against
And better than
Allegiance.
Commonly's.
he was staying alive. Counter logic aiming E6. That was a game everybody thought would be closer. In day 2. All right, we had a 3-0, and see Optic winning. I predicted that. Yeah, yay me. Okay. Day 2 was a good day, and Evil Geniuses I never thought would get 3-0'd by Envious. I would think that would definitely go to a game.
I mean, I
5.
thought Liquid would probably got 3-0 by number 6, but
Yeah.
they put up a good fight.
Yeah.
All right, let's go straight into Week 3's Slay of the Week. Okay, we put out votes every week on Twitter for you lovely people to vote on Slay of the Week and Player of the Week. So this week we had 4 nominees that are chosen, and let's see these nominees for Slay of the Week.
To see which players can poke out. I was about to suggest
Now
I'd like
this
to see
is
some rotations.
this
It's
was awesome
one
when I
an
first saw
angle
this.
we're going to see out of Eco here. I don't know if I've seen this angle before. Have you seen this angle?
And he
I love that
shot,
angle.
a shot,
I'm gonna
a
try that
double
next
kill,
time.
Ends up getting cleaned up by a different guy.
Should not.
Next nominee.
Looks like Renegades is thinking people are going for it, but Optic Gaming says, no, we're not going to go for it.
I don't know how that happened, but that was beautiful.
That was awesome. And did they give him the triple? They gave him the triple. That was dirty. If there's any chance of that.
Straight Sick went off. Next nominee.
Yep, and we just saw L-Town taken down for that overshield. I'm not sure if any player was able to get away with it. A big double kill out of Mikwin, going for the challenge here on Snipe Down, and gets the triple kill. Perfect out of
That
Mikwin.
last kill was pretty tight.
Yeah.
All right, and the last nominee is.
In that field.
I think this is the best one.
That was beautiful.
Good to
My
hear.
personal
Always
opinion.
look at
Here we
two
go.
Look at this
flag
one shot.
kills.
Yeah, this could be it right here. That's a
That's
triple. That's
pretty
beautiful.
Yeah,
Like, straight to
Penguin
bottom
went
right,
off.
and that-
One shot. Okay, and the winner. Do you want to announce the winner?
Who
Straight
chose?
sick one, didn't he?
The winner is Straight Sick.
Straight sick. I know
Straight
it's
sick.
the people's vote. I won't say this anyway. I myself would have chose
Straight Sick won, y'all.
Mikwin. I would have chose Mikwin.
I would have chose Penguin. This is actually the first time the vote and I disagree.
Yeah.
I agreed on
disagree
all the
with
other
Straight
votes
Sick.
from all the other weeks except for that one. I think the Come on, man. Penguin had the flag in one hand and
I
still got
know,
a triple kill.
but-
He had to throw the flag just to get the triple.
Yeah.
I know. That's true, I guess. But I would still have chose Micklin because he got the triple kill, but he also stayed alive after that, didn't he? He didn't die right
Straight
away.
sick too. He got that and they got the overshow because of that. If he would have
Yeah,
killed that
but
guy, they
look what
probably
he
got
does at the end though. He runs upstairs and he should have stood back, try to get some more angles. He should have stood back and got
But
some
the
more
thing
angles.
is, that his play won because that play he just did gave him the overshield. If he would die,
The
they'd got
casters
overshield.
even said it was a terrible idea to push up them stairs with that sniper.
Yeah.
Towie's always right. Next up, we have.
Did he even grab overshield?
I was going for it, but ABG broke it up. I
Next
think.
up, we have the Player of the Week. Okay, so the Player of the Week for this week, Week 3 of the HCS Pro League, is
Royal 2.
the man,
There
the
he
myth, the legend, the guy that no one can touch.
No, I'm telling you,
Royal 2! Woo!
this guy is insane. Especially when it comes sniper on
Best-
Coliseum.
He's
He just hits no scopes like nothing. He just does it like it's a regular gun.
Especially in Dayton. Well, he had that. What was he in the corner theater? He was in that corner again, just racking up kills.
Yeah, he's just insane. He's just good.
the guy is
He likes his corners. His
Yeah.
little cave areas.
Yeah.
He puts his back against the wall and he slays.
Yeah.
He's
He
He just
just
can't.
insane.
The guy's unstoppable, and
And
he's-
people
he's a
might ask
marvel.
us why. He's like, what if someone did something better this week? It's just he deserves it. Like ever since Halo 5 came out, he has just been on point and on top of everything.
he's definitely like
he just deserves
the
it.
glue of
Mhm.
CLG. One last thing, or no, not one last thing. I want to give a mention to ESL's new Halo esports website. That website is beautiful.
Yeah,
Have you
it
been
is.
to it? It looks
It looks
awesome.
great.
So if you're watching Timo, you guys did a very good job on that website.
Yes, you did.
Uh,
for
a lot of
sure.
I love that website. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish I could design one that good, but I
Right.
can't. I'm a terrible website designer.
Go to school.
I
Oh,
did.
you did go to school.
Oh,
But yeah, Timo, you guys did a fantastic job of that website. I'm definitely gonna start using it more and linking everyone to that site because it is very well made, and you guys should be very proud of that. And I know he is actually. He kept tweeting out, "Check out this website,
Yeah.
guys."
I mean, 'cause they just want more content, and
It is.
It's a more way
It's
to put out
good for
content.
Halo to have a
Is
hub.
ESL Halo's YouTube, is that fairly new?
Yes.
Okay. Because
I
I
think-
went to it today. They tweeted it out, and I went to it, and it's like only at 600 subs. I'm like,
Yeah, it is a
this has
fairly
got to
new
be a
channel.
new channel.
Yeah.
So go look at that. Yeah.
So let's bring up the standings for Week 3 of HCS Pro League so we can see Counter Logic Gaming
Look at
not
that.
losing again. And Envious, man, they're a surprise. They're probably my biggest surprise.
What? I called this from the get-go.
I'm talking about from like Week 1. I didn't expect Envious to be in second.
Oh, I did. I knew
well,
that was
because
gonna
at first
happen.
they was struggling to close games.
I know, but they got
They
better.
found out-
Okay,
They found
so
out a
the
way
only
to
thing
close games.
you guys need to worry about is the top 4 because
That's what
the top 4 is the cutoff for
to advance to
the finals,
Yeah.
which it bugs me because I think there should be more teams in the pro league. That way we can have more teams in the finals. I don't want a 4-team finals. I think that is kind of lame. But if we had like 10 teams, 12 teams, we could get a bigger finals, 6 teams, 8 teams in the finals. I think 4 teams going to the finals it's very counterproductive for teams because you're like, well, I'm in 8th, no chance of us going. Who cares?
Mhm.
Well, then that they shouldn't be like that though.
Yeah, I just feel like more than 4 teams should be able to make it in
Yeah,
the finals.
maybe,
I
but
really do. I don't think that's enough.
If
but
you're in 8th place and stop trying, then you don't need to be there anyway.
I'm
That's what
just
I
saying,
said.
even you're looking at the aspiring teams that are not even in the pro league. They can make it in the pro league, but then you gotta get top 4 just to do anything in the pro league. It's just I don't know.
It's a fight.
It is a fight.
But to me, I see what people say about it, but to me, it makes it that more rewarding if you really fight your way to the top. Because I guarantee you, when someone's top 4 makes it first, are not going, I wish more teams were in this league.
Yes, they do.
No way.
Because there's more scrubs to beat. But anyway, week 4 predictions, and this is if you, at the beginning of the show when we talked about what we do when we predict things. I don't know if you guys were here at the beginning of the show, so we'll recap it. When we do our predictions at the end of every show and we get them wrong, we have to spin this
Bamboozle.
wheel, and it makes us eat these nasty jelly beans because
Not me
we
this week.
failed, and I was the only one that had to do it this week. So
We're gonna change it up
We're
soon.
gonna change it up. I think we should do crickets,
No.
I think we do
the
something. I think
cooked
we need to do
crickets.
something more like.
but let's bring up the
crickets
next week's.
It's like a yuck. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll think of something. Don't worry. I'm not trying to go fear factor on it.
Let's go like peppers.
No.
Alright.
A spoon of cinnamon. Oh,
We
dude, I would.
let's do
no.
cinnamon.
No.
Yeah.
Why did I
nope,
even say that?
He said it.
Okay,
We're doing
let's go
cinnamon.
real quickly.
Next week.
Renegades and Evil Geniuses. This is such going to be a good game.
I'm going to say Renegades.
I'm gonna say
Give me my
I'm
pen.
going with EG.
Where's a pen?
You don't need a pen. Well, let's rewind it. EG.
Okay.
I'll
you
go with
say?
EG.
Optic and E6.
E6.
E6. CLG and Envious.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Gotcha.
I'm gonna say
Fanboy
CLG.
over here about to get hurt now.
I'm gonna say CLG.
Don't call me fanboy.
The little
I'm not fanboy. It's just I knew this team would be good.
I think it's gonna be maybe a game 4, game 5 type of game.
what?
I
Match.
want to
Don't
say
predict that,
Envy.
just who wins.
I want to say Envy to win it.
CLG for me.
Yeah, I'll say CLG.
I'm gonna say CLG game 5.
Okay, well, you didn't have to go with that detail.
Well, I'm just
next
putting it out
match, Liquid and I'm gonna go with Liquid.
I'm gonna say Liquid takes the
because
first
they're
one
starting to get
against
Yeah.
Allegiance.
they're starting to
Liquid
come
too.
into their own. Renegades and Allegiance.
Renegades.
Enigma 6 and CLG.
CLG.
Didn't we just watch that yesterday? Last? Yeah, okay. Yeah, CLG. Optic and Liquid.
Ooh.
Optic's already beat Liquid.
I'm gonna go with
once.
Optic on that
I'm going
one.
with Optic.
I'm going with Liquid.
All right. EG and Envious.
And
Or,
Envious.
yeah. Wait a minute.
Are these?
This is week 4. This was
Okay.
posted.
It looks a lot like last
It
week.
does. I'm like, wait a minute. EG and Envious.
Envy.
If not, we'll
I'll
just
go
look
to
stupid.
MP.
I'm going with EG.
Really?
I feel like they're gonna get revenge because they're gonna have Towie there.
Oh, that ain't gonna matter.
What? We just
Ain't
talked
gonna
about that mattering.
Well, because I thought they didn't have a coach at all for that series, but they had a coach.
Towie is not just any coach.
I know he's not just any coach, but I don't
Come
think it's
on.
gonna matter that much to really. I don't know. If it was like a game 5, maybe, but it was 3-0.
All right, whatever. That's your predictions.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at HCS_now. Also follow at UGC Events. They have a great shirt store with lots of cool Halo shirts, including Ninja and McWin, and they're all customizable with your gamer tag, your Twitter. They have backpacks that are customizable and a whole bunch of other stuff that's really cool. So check them out. Our YouTube channel. This video will be up on our YouTube.
And the
later
little
tonight.
clips will be on YouTube
The
as well.
clips will be on Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep an eye out for us in the Twitch chats. We sometimes use HCS_now. That's us. That's not no troll.
Well,
I
of
have
course it's us.
HCS_computer too. So keep an eye out for
Really?
us. I don't use it very often. Keep an eye out for us in the Twitch chats. And we will be back here next Tuesday, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Central,
We might change day.
live, with our predictions and much more things to talk about.
Cinnamon challenge next week. Confirmed.
No, I'm not doing that.
With
Confirmed.
the HCS. So I hope you guys come back and join us then. See you guys next week.